Hey guys, this is Alex from Wilkinson Audio. We're continuing the 3MDs mix. First thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to the rough mix to see kind of the stereo placement of everything in the song. Okay, so we can hear that they have their guitars panned to the left and the brass instruments are panned to the right. I'm not sure what the reason exactly is for that or why they have so many guitar tracks if a lot of them aren't really heard. You might want to check with the band and stuff to see what they're going for, because I mean there's a lot of layering. So obviously that's just a mess, and you'd have to figure out what's important in there to bring forward. Anyways, to start the mix, let's start with the vocals here, just with the main vocal. And we'll begin processing this. Just gonna bring this waveform up a bit.
We had a chance of bragging.
I'll probably try and get it around 0.
Hands pointing to a chance of bragging.
That's probably fine. Okay, so let's just compress this a bit.
Hands pointing to a chance of bragging.
So slam the threshold, put fast attack, slow release. Then we'll just attack till the transients are kind of coming through in a way that we like. And then we'll adjust the release to be faster and faster until we kind of find a sweet spot. That sounds cool to me, and then we'll just back the threshold off again until we find a sweet spot.
They've been going touch. Living in the hands, pointing to a chance of bragging. They've been going touch. Living in the hands, pointing to a chance of bragging.
And again, I don't want to like squash it or anything like that. I want it to have some life. The style of the recording is live off the floor, so we don't really want to just take all the life out of it. We want to leave as much life as we can. Okay, and then I'm just gonna make a vocal parallel bus here. I think that's how you spell it. I don't know. Close enough. Looks right. Alright, so we'll send the signal from here to our parallel, and then we'll just do something like Decapitator or something, because we just want to make it a little bit lo-fi and we want to add some attitude to it.
Yes, we had a chance of bragging. 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 Yes, we had a chance of bragging.
Play something like that, and then we'll just back it off a bit.
Yes, we had a chance of bragging.
And we'll just blend it in with the original.
Yes, we had a chance of bragging.
And now it's got some attitude and stuff, and that's kind of what we're going for. Let's put up both these in a bus again, and then we'll just do some Pro Q, make sure that we don't have mud and stuff in there. There we go. Okay, so let's just check this out.
Now they're wishing they've been going touch. Living in the hands, pointing to a chance of a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going touch. Living in the hands, pointing to.
We might want to tame the high end a bit here. Possibly. We could do that either through a de-esser, or we could, actually de-esser is probably the best way in this case to take care of that. So let's just put a de-esser on.
Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing.
And that's probably fine like that. And then we'll just add some delays and stuff like that. Very subtle because this is supposed to sound pretty raw. So let's just find some that sound okay.
Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up.
Just adding various delays here to taste.
Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now
Slapback, vocal slapbacks usually sound pretty vintage as well because they were, I believe, initially created with tape machines. So they're kind of associated with an old school sound.
a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, plumbing to a jazz. The jazz, plumbing to a jazz.
Alright, and that gives us a good starting point to start mixing. We can kind of mix around that. Let's check out the bass here, actually. So these actually have some kind of alignment issue with them, because you notice as I'm flipping the phase here, they have more mid-range and top end combining to sound like they have more mid-range and top end combined like this, but then all of the low end happens when you flip the phase. So these are not quite aligned, and so what we're going to do in this case is we're going to do, you could try and align it by eye, but this is a lot easier and you'll probably get better results. We're going to use M Auto Align by Amelda production software. They're a pretty cool company, they make pretty cool stuff. And then we're just going to hit play and analyze. Just gonna try that again, actually. Alright, cool. So then we're going to take these and we're going to apply these effects as new take to mono output. And then we're going to take these effects off. And now we should have properly time aligned. If you zoomed in, you would have seen the move after we applied that. So that should be a lot easier to work with. Of course, you have to decide whether you even want to use this track anyway. You could just use the DI and do some kind of amp sim or something like that as well if you wanted to. I'm just going to use both these ones that are here. And I'm just going to combine them, and then I'm going to EQ them. compress them. Alright, so that should be alright. Let's just check the two things we have mixed so far. Just the bass and the vocals, make sure they're not clashing.
Again. We had a chance, we had a chance of breaking all the way till we stopped.
So they sound fine to me. Let's move on and add in some guitars here. The order you mix things in somewhat determines how loud they end up in the overall mix. So since we started with vocals, they'll probably be pretty out front. Bass might be pretty out front as well. We'll mix the guitars next. I'm going to solo the bass as well when I mix this, just to make sure it's not going to interfere, because these guitars are very dark. So we want to make sure that they're not messing with the bass. And these guitars are also a mess, so I might just select a couple tracks here to work with, because there's a lot of distant mics and delays and stuff going on that we'll have to make sure aren't messing with the mix too much, taking up too much space. So these ones all sound like they're distant.
We had a chance of breaking.
And once again, I'll probably auto align all of these just to be sure that the phase correlations are correct. Okay, put that on every channel here. Okay, and we'll play it, we'll analyze it. So then it's figured out how far away they all were, and it's aligned them all. If we listen to before and after, but definitely a lot tighter and cleaner. So let's just apply track effects to items as new take mono output again. And it'll render all of these. And then we're going to, if you hold Alt and click effects, you can just remove effects from each channel. And the next thing we're going to do is, I'm going to treat this all as basically one instrument, because it was pan left in their demo mix, so I'm guessing that there's probably just one guitarist in the band, and they want it to sound kind of like their live show, so it's just going to be panned half left. And we can hear that this is a little bit dark still, so let's take Slick EQ, and let's do a tilting EQ here. Oop. There we go. And with the tilt EQ, we can actually change the entire balance of the audio that we're working with. All the way till we stop. Nobody cares. now we're going to take Pro Q and do some additional EQing to that. Try and get rid of some mud and stuff like that.
All the way till we stopped. Nobody. All the way till we stopped. Nobody.
Actually, one thing we're going to do here as well is we're just going to throw.
All the way till we stopped. Nobody cares a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz, coming to a jazz up a little too much. Now they're wishing they've been going Dutch. Living in the jazz.
Alright, so that should be, that's about right, I think. Maybe some additional top end or something like that. Cool. Alright, so that's already got like a pretty good balance going throughout the songs. We got the guitars mixed, the bass mixed, the vocals mixed. The brass already sounds pretty good, and we're just going to have to mix it in as we go to kind of figure out how that's all going to fit in. But from here, we have a pretty good start, and I don't think we'll have any problems mixing the rest of it here, which is essentially just the drums. So when I come back, we'll do all the drum mixing, and we'll try and kind of complete it and get everything fitting together. Alright, cool. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.